Freedom Express 281RL DS here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Coachmen's top level lightweight and top trailer, basically. It fills 2 rolls down there and it does them both very well, which is what's so impressive. This is a personal favorite of mine. The Freedom Express brand is just a personal guilty pleasure of mine, because as a person who actually goes camping, I see where they've done so many things right, so many little touches here and there that define this as something truly designed for the end user, and not designed for a salesman or a marketing guy, but designed for people who go camping, designed by people who go camping. And if you hang with me here, this may be you know, well over 10-15 minutes by the time I'm done with it. I'm really going to dig into what makes this thing tick. Now, if at any point you want to see what we have in stock, how it's equipped, and what it costs, because costs can change based on equipment, I leave you a link one click away. You can look at trailers like this on our site one click away to get an idea of what they're running and how they're built. Because some of the optional stuff on here, like this is a Liberty Edition upgrade, then it's got a Premier package, another upgrade bundle, then a couple of individual upgrades. Like sometimes we'll do power stabilizers, sometimes we don't. We'll build this in different ways to serve different buyers. And that's what's so cool about this, is the way it can be very effective for more than one person. So at the time of this filming, this is the most cutting edge version of this RV that's out there. It just came out with a bunch of updates. This is something that's been there for a while, the big full LED lit pass-through. And big pass-throughs like this, in the ultralight world, you can kind of thank Freedom Express for it. They're one of the reasons these are so popular. Also, a lot of brands are now including these indoor-outdoor tables. Once again, thanks Freedom Express. Coachmen's the reason that you have these. So, at a glance, what's funny is how deceptively unique this is, because at a glance, you don't see it. It looks like every other ultralight, but little things like the magnetic baggage doors, the slam latches, that LED pass-through, that table, those little things will define this. There's a lot more things inside that also help define this. It does have an enclosed forced air heated underbelly, so this is a fair extended season RV. At the end of the day, however, this is an ultralight, and there is no such thing as a 4 seasons ultralight, period. There is no 4 seasons ultralight. Don't forget that. A lot of guys are going to try to tell you, because it's forced air enclosed belly, oh, that's 4 seasons. No, it helps, but that's not truly 4 seasons. The power awning, power tongue jack, you know, everything that you're going to use every day is push button simple on this. Premier or Liberty Edition adds this full nose cap up here as opposed to a 3/4 cap, which frankly still looks good, but this really defines it as a premier level unit in the market. We've got black tank flush, outside shower, handy little utility stuff there, but these are some of the little details I'm talking about. What separates this from brand X? Things like leak preventing seal gripping slide walls. This rough textured skin will pull that seal better. So that seal is fully wiped in or out. It doesn't crimp halfway, because if something crimps halfway, there's room for water to penetrate. We've got UV tinted airflow windows here, so you get good cross breeze, and the RV will stay cooler inside since the sun is getting blocked about 80%. That also means more privacy. Like, you'll notice that we can't really see in these windows, but when we get inside, you're going to see out no problem. It's very cool that way. The fact that they don't mount the spare tire on the rear bumper, I think, is very neat. They tongue mount the spare. That's there for load equalization. Plus, how many people want to put a bike rack or something on the back of their camper? Little known fact, if a trailer is not built for it and you add a bike rack on the back, you just voided your chassis warranty. There's some scary things like that out there that most people won't tell you. I don't mind, because I'm not afraid to shoot you straight, because that's why we carry you know, premier level units like this. They leave the rear bumper open because they say, man, bike rack, bring it on. That's, you know, they leave it open so that it's easier for you. I like that. You know, double triple entry steps. So, well, I should say dual. Double triple is confusing. So we've got triples here for easy come and go, and it is a dual entry, so it's just, you know, easier to get in and out of your bedroom at night real quick. Instead of a bumper mounted grill, they do this hideaway Coleman grill, and what's awesome is that it's located now right under your awning, next to your outside entertainment. You have hookups right here for TV. This is tailgate central, but this is also a high output grill. This is a little more expensive than the little bumper mount grills. It's a high output grill, so a wind can't knock this out nearly as easily. Basically, a common RV grill, if it if you can blow out the candles on a birthday cake, you can blow one of those out. This takes it takes 5 times more wind than really you're going to be able to produce to blow that out. Wide stance stability axles. This helps keep the trailer from wiggling going down the road and from bouncing so much going down the road. It's just going to give you a little smoother ride. You know, just actively fight swaying around. Bigger handle. A lot of brands have this, but it's still important to point out. Huge difference on your Coachmans here are the Azdel substrates in the walls. That is rather the layer directly below the fiberglass skin right here. Right under this is Azdel. It's not wood. It's a composite resin. It's melted pop bottles, but it is lighter, better insulative, can't rot, mold, mildew. Not a cheaper product, and it's hard to come by. Because Coachman's been using it longer than anyone else, they kind of get grandfathered in. They get to still use it. Some brands would like to, and either they don't want to spend the money on it, or it's just simply not available for them. That's kind of one of the nice parts about this. Now, they've recently updated their interior decors at the time of this filming. I don't know the name of this one. I know that it's freaking beautiful. I know that. Again, if you like everything else except the fabric decor, I can guarantee we got a different one in stock with different colors. If not, we got one coming. We always keep this like duplicate, triplicate in stock. So let me back up a little bit here. They've slightly updated this model from the quote early 2017s to what is now a late 2017 model, and I'm going to point out some of those updates as we go, but I don't want to lose my mark. Let's get started at the back here. So one of the class defining qualities of this is that it's taller. Your average travel trailer is 78 inch tall inside. This is 81, so this is 6'9" instead of 6'6" tall. That doesn't sound like much, but it means extra room in your cabinets. It means a taller slide out, which means the whole thing feels bigger, plus the ceiling feels bigger. And it also means a taller shower that a big goofball like me can fit in. That 3 inches is very important. And it's a difference you can see and feel immediately when you step inside. You walk in and you go, oh, this is just open. It means we can have bigger windows. We can have overhead cabinets and windows. It's a huge cascade effect of things just from 3 inches. So we've upgraded this to swivel rocking recliners back here. Very comfy, very nice, and they give you just the perfect view of things. And we've got windows, 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 everywhere windows. Now these tall vertical windows don't open for ventilation, but I mean, you don't need them to. Everything else opens right up. We do have pleated nightshades to pull that down. They did get rid of the real cheap looking boxy window treatments on the sides here. It cleaned up the interior, it just makes it look a lot nicer. Both sides of the seating areas here have some sort of stand. This is an extra large stand because there's stuff outside hidden under that, like plugins and things. But it gives you just the perfect place. Like you can set a laptop there, a tablet, something big. Let me back up a little bit. This is a full Trifold memory foam sleeper sofa hide-a-bed. And what's funny is when everybody else is using airbeds, Coachmen in their Freedom Express series here was one of the first to go to these memory foams. And next year, wouldn't you know it, everybody went to them because it turns out they're about as problem-free, bulletproof, and idiot-proof as anything can get. They're failure-proof. As humanly failure-proof as anything can be, they are. They're also, as a consolation prize, very nice to sit and sleep on. Now, here is one of the things that, again, I see as defining here that is so often overlooked. This has a longer slide out than industry standard ultralights. It's also a full depth slide out. It's a true super slide. It's like 14 foot long and 36 inches deep. 3 foot, by the way. The benefit here is normally you either get a hide-a-bed or a U-dinette. You can't usually get both in the same thing at the same time. While the bigger slide out allows Freedom Express to do that. So this folds out into a big bed. And then most couples camping rear living coaches like this will have a freestanding table and chairs. We stock quite a few that way. It makes a lot of sense. But there's still a huge number of people who want the extra storage and the extra sleeping capacity of a dinette. So we exploit that on a Freedom Express because they're the ones that give the big dinette, the U-dinette, instead of the baby dinette. That is what's so cool about this. So you got a 2-person sleeper there, and this can be a 1 or 2 adult sleeper. It's going to be a little tight with 2 adults. It can be done, though, because it is full adult height. That's like 7 foot long when you fold it down. Plus, easy storage. Now that cushion right there is what goes on top of this table to help turn that down into a bed, by the way. And again, the storage comes to you. You don't have to go to the storage. So the Other neat thing here is if you look down under the table, you see these little slider panels? You could even get to the rear bench storage without having to tear apart the entire dinette. All you got to do is very easily move this freestanding table, which frankly can come right over here and become an island. You can also fold that down. It can become a picnic table or a coffee table. Take it outside like a picnic table. It can do anything. But my point is, it's easy to get to that storage. You don't have to inconvenience everyone. Premier package grants us the fireplace over here. Now, we say fireplace, and I don't often explain this the way I should. This is an electric space heater. We dress it up like a fireplace in the RV business so that it has a little more organic look and feel to it. Now, you can use this for heat, so you don't have to burn up your propane. That's what's cool. Why burn up your propane when you already paid for their electricity? Pow! It solves that problem. But you can just use it for visual aesthetics or, I don't know, ambiance. Maybe you're setting a little mood lighting. Who knows? Maybe. Probably not. If the trailer's rocking, don't come knocking. I'm not sure. Now, they've moved the TV here and they've put it on a nice swing arm so that even the people enjoying time in the dinette can easily see it. The other thing I like is if you're sitting here and someone's sitting there, this guy's head is not blocking your view of that because it's up a little bit higher now. It just makes more sense to me. It's more visible. That also created the space for this handy little charging station. So it doesn't matter what kind of device you have, you got the perfect place to do it right there. That is very cool. AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth, so you don't need to lug along extra stuff. Now, this is another one of those little changes they made as they expanded this right here. They gave it a nice big pantry space that it was lacking previously, and I think that's fantastic. Premier package upgrades us to a 33% larger 8 cubic foot refrigerator freezer. No one ever complains about more storage. They only complain about not enough. Which again, remember, we've got 3 inches of extra overhead cabinet storage in here that other models are not going to have. Liberty and Premier together grant us solid surface countertops with the recessed sink and solid surface sink covers. Now, when you lift this up, you're going to find we have a nice stone cast sink in here. Stone cast, not plastic, so you can actually pour hot boiling water into it without melting it. And we have a handy little sprayer faucet here for utility purposes. Now, look at this touch. Tell me this isn't made by people who go camping and get it. Instead of just a clangy, noisy metallic cover here, they put this awesome, like butcher's block looking cutting board on this thing. So it's got little footers in place so it can't slide around. That you don't got to worry about it falling in transit. But it gives you a stronger, more stable place to put things. You can pick it up. It can be a serving table. You know, you can hit your husband with it, ladies. I'm not advocating domestic violence, but, you know, sometimes it's not violence. Sometimes it's just getting our attention. Anyway, another imperceptible detail, often overlooked by people, is that this has extra large countertop. And you're looking at it, you're going, I don't know what you're talking about. Here's how you tell. These stoves are all the same size, all of them. Look at the space behind the stove. This has like a full foot of space back there. You can actually put your appliances back here, your toasters, your blenders, your things like that. That's why they have the appliance outlets so darn close to that. It's not a coincidence. There's extra space back here other models don't have. That means the countertop is deeper. That means we have more storage down here. And speaking of just smarter storage, I don't know the official name for it. I call it the utensil drawer because it gives you the perfect place to keep all your forks, spoons, and knives. And it wraps around the sink. Now, what's cool, remember that little grill outside? You can just take all your silverware with you. No big deal. You can take this thing out and clean it. No big deal. You know, it's just smarter stuff built for people who actually go camping. Plus, we've got drawers. We've got all kinds of drawer space here. Pardon me. Moving on, let's go back to the, we'll go through this middle private walk-through bath, which creates, by the way, a very private front bedroom. So we've got extra interior height and a big radius shower. So again, a guy like me, tall fella, I do not need, I'm going to get my bald head out of the glare of the sun so I don't blind you. But you've got, you know, plenty of headroom in here. Pardon me, I got little fuzzy stuff on that camera. Hopefully that hasn't been annoying the whole time. Anyway, so we got extra headroom in here, and you know, if I put my head up here like I'm soaping up, I actually have elbow room all the way around. How smart is that? Bigger stuff makes a difference. We've also got nicer hardware in here. Porcelain, not plastic. Foot flush, not centrifugal. The advantage here is I can stand here and flush it. I don't need my face near my business to be able to flush this thing. So we have dedicated either overflow pantry, linen space, or closet space, any combination thereof. this can be a very functional flex space, and it is a fantastically effective design. Now, something I forgot to talk about everywhere else is the fact that like the kitchen had solid surface countertops, but otherwise, this is the standard counter. Everything in this, the standard counter is still better than the industry standard because it's a sealed pressed membrane. This is a water source. If I'm splashing water around in a sink that you can actually get adult hands in, by the way, it can't get in here and cause this to sponge and swell and rot and mold. It can't happen, you know? We do have a sliding privacy door here for the front bedroom. And though this is not a very good angle to be able to perceive that, this is a full 80-inch true queen bed. Not a 74-inch camper queen, which there's nothing wrong with. This is just nicer for, again, taller folks. It kind of all flows together. It's just a little bit more of everything everywhere. Side stands over here with power outlets. You see the white box down there for your CPAP breathing machines. For you bookworms, they have dual element reading lights. Touch it once and it glows this nice little neon blue. Not very impressive to look at in and of itself during the day, but you put it next to like a white page and look at that, it fires right up. Now, for more spotlight, we hold the button and we get a nice bright white light. So, still have his and hers closets. We are maintaining overhead storage where other brands tend to not do that. They include an extra vent here in the bedroom for airflow. And we have a direct entry door right here. What's cool about this door is you're a straight shot. When you're going, let's say you're traveling, your slides are not out. Walk in, bathroom, walk out. It's just simpler. It's just easier. It's just smarter. And it's just camping. And that's the thing. Coachmen gets it. They get it, they get it, they get it. They get it so well. This is one of the most copycatted, often imitated, never replicated lightweights out there. And there's other good campers. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of good RVs. But this one does so many things. Top shelf, best in class, better than anyone. That it's one of my favorites to talk about. I really, really do like this one. So give us a call and learn more. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everyone. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping. Oh, by the way, if you need hitching, brake controls, parts, you want your RV delivered, financed, you got a trade, we do everything. All we need is the opportunity, and I don't care where you live. I don't care if you're in California, Florida, Texas, Michigan, where we're at, Maine. We sell stuff coast to freaking coast, and all we need is the opportunity. You give us a chance, let us put it on paper, and you'd be shocked what we come up with. You don't sell over 1,300 units a year by having a dull pencil. Ours is pretty darn sharp, and if you give us a chance, you're going to find that's true. So take care, everyone. Have a great day.